Across our planet, invisible battle lines stretch beneath our unaware feet tonight, long before humans existed. These warriors evolved survival strategies underground within ancient Earth. Layers dot today their biomass rivals most large land animals, forming hidden global superpower beneath us. In their world, strength emerges from perfect collective coordination and unified intelligence systems, always. Some species farm fungus and herd insects, building complex agricultural societies deep underground below. Others march endlessly, forming synchronized rivers of living bodies across forests worldwide. Continuously at the front stand, armored soldiers with powerful mandibles, designed purely for combat. When the swarm attacks, larger creatures collapse beneath overwhelming numbers and coordinated pressure quickly. Sometimes rival swarms pass peacefully, guided entirely by invisible chemical codes directing movement below. Square-headed defenders reshape themselves into living shields, sealing entrances with discipline and unity. Beneath the forest floor lies a vast hidden megacity of millions thriving. Underground, specialized predators evolve specifically to infiltrate and destroy even the strongest colonies completely. When empires collide underground, the battlefield becomes shifting mosaic of jaws, armor motion everywhere behind defensive lines. Smaller workers dismantle fallen enemies, methodically clearing space for survival. When defenses fail, frantic workers rapidly seal tunnels, protecting their queen and brood. After swarms pass, silence returns to battlefields scattered with still remains and fragments. Yet the war never ends, only shifting to new territories beneath soil worldwide. Even beneath city streets, microscopic front lines remain constantly active, unseen by human eyes. In this world, survival depends entirely on unity, discipline, and perfect coordination, always. A lone scout senses faint vibrations before signaling swarm advance toward potential prey nearby. Soon molten rivers of bodies flow across leaves, branches, and fallen wood together. Up close, chaos appears. Yet column behaves like synchronized superorganism, navigating terrain efficiently. Even swift prey becomes trapped once tightening circle of attackers closes fully around it. Their immense population balances weight of nearly all wild mammals living on land within colonies. Liquid food shared mouth to mouth reinforces unity, survival, efficiency continuously during raids. Entire underground civilizations collapse beneath unstoppable coordinated swarm pressure quickly everywhere. Even airborne hunters attempting escape get dragged down by attackers clinging tightly below. Inside invaded chambers, swarm spreads like fire through dark geometric corridors of nests, without permanent homes. Some armies construct temporary shelters using interlocked living bodies together over millions of years. Evolution refined specialized workers, scouts, soldiers, and coordinated raiders perfectly at full scale. Marching columns may stretch over 100 meters across forest floors. Inside attacked colonies, panic spreads rapidly as defensive lines fracture under relentless swarm pressure to cross open gaps. Bodies link, forming living bridges, carrying thousands safely across obstacles. Massive-headed defenders brace at entrances, jaws poised like sharpened cutting tools ready. Alarm pheromones spread through tunnels, acting like glowing warning signals across colony network. Entire battlefronts form across layered soil, stacked vertically in chaotic shifting motion everywhere. Precision attacks target soft joints between hardened armor, exploiting structural weaknesses efficiently. Smaller defenders climb larger ones, shielding vulnerable areas from flanking attacks and strikes. Meanwhile, invaders often succeed stealing larvae, carrying away colonies' fragile future generations quickly. Even sealed entrances fail once attackers discover microscopic gaps within defensive walls nearby. Close combat becomes intense clash of mandibles, leverage, and coordinated pressure between enemies. Swarm logic overwhelms larger defenders, layering attackers in relentless successive waves continuously. Some units tunnel secretly around defenses, emerging behind enemy lines, striking unexpectedly below. Deep underground workers form protective living spheres around Queen, ensuring colony survival always. Venomous strikes target vulnerable joints, delivering chemical damage beneath hardened armor, protecting enemies. One side pierces, the other slices. Two lethal strategies collide underground violently always. Defenders build reinforced barricades using compacted soil mixed with adhesive biological cement securely. Sometimes both sides fight over single lava, pulling opposite directions equally strong together. Entire subterranean cities transform into stacked battle zones filled with constant motion everywhere below. As bronze tide advances, beetles and insects flee, abandoning shelters in chaotic panic. Living bunker ants align, perfectly forming unbreakable biological gate ceiling, entrances completely shut. Locked mandibles create tense stalemates, where neither side retreats nor advances for moments. Long lines of invaders exit victorious, carrying stolen young back toward moving colony. Resource loss leaves fungal gardens depleted, weakening long-term colony stability and food. Above ground rain falls peacefully, while violent conflict continues, hidden beneath soil silently. The march continues, endlessly driven by hunger, instinct, and collective survival programming within colony. Some colonies stretch across vast regions, merging into enormous interconnected super networks underground globally. Their wars continue, millions years, shaping ecosystems and evolutionary pressures across environments worldwide constantly. From ground level advancing, swarm appears, unstoppable, moving like a living wave across terrain. Armored elites lead invasion, absorbing damage, while workers advance steadily behind, together, always. Even aerial predators struggle against coordinated ground forces, moving with overwhelming superiority below surface. Sealed tunnels delay attackers, but rarely stop relentless swarm pressure for long periods. Sometimes survival means hiding quietly, as destruction passes millimeters away, unnoticed nearby. Thousands small bodies function together, a single, adaptive superorganism, responding instantly to danger. Once defenses collapse, invaded colony becomes fully occupied by advancing forces spreading quickly everywhere. Other forest animals follow swarms, feeding on prey, escaping destruction, benefiting indirectly always. Invisible chemical maps guide movement, forming complex navigation routes across varied terrain obstacles. Some battles end stalemate, neither side overpowering despite continuous combat effort always. Others end evacuation, survivors fleeing deeper underground, carrying young toward safer chambers below. After destruction, passers rebuilding begins immediately, using remaining workers and stored energy resources carefully. Even beneath human footprints, hidden wars continue shaping unseen ecosystems quietly below surface constantly. Sunlight filters above, unaware of relentless struggle unfolding silently beneath. Forest floor below, powerful strikes continue against armored defenders, resisting invasion with coordinated formations holding ground. Swarm shifts structure from chaotic head toward organized tail, improving movement efficiency continuously. Some species survive, mimicking appearance and scent of enemies, avoiding detection successfully. Often, deep underground queens remain protected, yet isolated, directing reproduction within hidden chambers. Below, sometimes lone defender holds narrow passage, resisting overwhelming attackers for critical moments alone. Rivers of bodies form, bridges across water, mud, dangerous terrain, ensuring movement continues. Millions fall daily, yet empire persists, expanding territory influence across ecosystems continuously, always. Marching column disappears into darkness, preparing silently for next inevitable invasion cycle ahead. Across continents, networks merge, forming planetary-scale civilizations spanning vast underground distances below. Separate regions battle independently, yet remain part of larger, connected, biological system globally. Sometimes conflict begins from tiny crack opening within ordinary ground, unnoticed nearby, always. At peak intensity, battlefield becomes living carpet of interlocking bodies, moving constantly everywhere. All unfolds beneath human life, unseen, yet shaping. Ecosystems quietly below surface, always. Collective intelligence allows thousands act as unified entity, responding instantly to signals together. Through compound eyes, battlefield reflects glowing patterns of motion and energy during conflict. Expansion follows exponential growth across territory, resources, and ecological opportunity continuously over time. Some underground hubs house multiple queens, ruling millions workers within protected chambers below, above. Peaceful forests hide immense unseen activity, shaping soil ecosystems quietly, always below. Discarded human materials become structural components, strengthening nests within subterranean architecture, cooperatively built. Any creature landing nearby quickly becomes prey, overwhelmed by coordinated swarm attack. Instantly, endless marching symbolizes eternal cycle of survival, struggle, and adaptation across generations. Always. Organized formations mirrored disciplined armies, demonstrating coordination structure in nature clearly visible. Colony. Members recognize each other instantly through chemical identity signals exchanged through antennae. Rival colonies detect foreign signals, immediately triggering aggression and combat between forces quickly. These species adapt to forests, cities, concrete environments, surviving diverse habitats. Worldwide, continuously. Sometimes lone survivor stands atop defeated rivals, symbolizing relentless competition in nature, always. After battle, silence slowly returns, restoring fragile balance until next conflict inevitably emerges. Beneath future cities, ancient wars continue unseen, shaping hidden biological systems worldwide. Constantly, conflict between groups remains natural biological order, driven by survival resource competition, always. Compared to them, humans appear gigantic, yet mostly unaware of hidden wars below. Across globe, countless microscopic frontlines remain permanently active, shaping ecosystems below continuously, always. Under moonlight, glowing armies continue silent march across landscapes, driven by instinct, survival. Collective actions reshape ecosystems, influencing countless species interactions across environments globally. Continuously, always. From cosmic scale to backyard soil, same survival story repeats. Endlessly everywhere, always. Swarm disappears underground, preparing again for inevitable conflict, driven by survival instinct, always. Symbol remains the mandible, representing strength, survival, and relentless biological adaptation forever. Beneath roots and soil lies vast hidden civilization, shaping ecosystems across planet quietly. There, war remains ancient, endless, largely invisible, yet shaping life profoundly. Always, this silent planetary conflict is known as the World War of Ants.